Have you ever noticed the tiny bumps on tree branches in early spring? They might seem small and easy to overlook, but these little details are where some of nature's most exciting stories begin. Those are buds, nature's little surprises, quietly waiting to burst into life. Each one holds the promise of new leaves, flowers, or fruit. Today, we're focusing on the cherry bud, small, round, and packed with potential. It's a symbol of growth and transformation, right at your fingertips. But here's the twist. This little bud can help you take amazing photos. No fancy gear needed. All you need is a sense of wonder and a willingness to try something new. We're about to use a cherry bud as a creative tool for your camera. It's a simple idea, but it can lead to some truly unique results. Think of it as a natural lens and filter, ready to transform your photography. The bud can bend light, add color, or create dreamy effects you can't get with apps. All you need is a camera, a cherry bud, and curiosity. You don't need to be a professional photographer, just someone who loves to explore. By placing the bud in front of your lens, you'll unlock unique effects. No editing software required. Each photo becomes a little experiment, full of surprises. This is about seeing the world differently and having fun with what nature offers. It's a playful way to connect with your surroundings and your creativity. Imagine holding a cherry bud, knowing it can turn an ordinary photo into something magical. Suddenly, everyday objects become tools for art. We'll use the bud to play with light and focus, making your photos stand out. Try catching sunlight through the bud or blurring the background for a dreamy look. Don't worry about perfection. Experimentation is part of the adventure. Sometimes the best photos come from happy accidents or unexpected results. The goal? Turn simple objects into creative masterpieces. Let your imagination guide you and see what new perspectives you can discover. By the end, you'll see both your camera and the cherry bud in a whole new light. You might even start looking for other natural objects to experiment with. Ready to discover the magic hidden in a tiny bud? Let's open our eyes to the wonders right in front of us. Let's dive in and start our photo adventure. Grab your camera, step outside, and let's see what we can create together. Grab your camera and a cherry bud. The world is full of tiny wonders just waiting to be noticed. Let's see what wonders we can create together. Your next great photo might be just a bud away. Before we use our cherry bud, let's talk about two camera superpowers, zoom and blur. These features are built into almost every camera, even the one in your pocket, and they can completely transform your photos if you know how to use them. Zoom lets you get closer to distant subjects, like having super long arms that reach across a field or up to a tall building. It's perfect for capturing things you can't physically approach, like wildlife, sports, or details high above your head. Blur, on the other hand, makes your subject stand out by softening the background. This effect draws the viewer's eye right to what matters most in your shot, making everything else fade gently away. Professional photographers use blur or bokeh to create dreamy, focused images that look almost magical. It's a favorite trick for portraits and close-ups. Zoom is perfect for capturing details you can't reach, while blur draws attention to your main subject. Together, they help you control what your viewer notices first. Most phones use digital zoom, which crops and enlarges the image, sometimes making it a bit grainy. Advanced cameras use optical zoom, moving the lens to get closer without losing quality, so your photos stay sharp. Blur separates your subject from distractions, like shining a spotlight on them in a busy scene. It's a simple way to make your photos look more professional. Use zoom to fill your frame with details you want to highlight. Use blur to make your subject pop and give your photos a creative edge. Both effects help you tell a story with your photos, guiding your viewer's attention and setting the mood. Understanding these basics gives you creative control, letting you experiment and express your unique perspective. Soon, you'll use the cherry bud to create these effects in a natural, hands-on way, discovering new possibilities with just a simple prop. No need for expensive equipment, just a little creativity and a willingness to try new things. With zoom and blur, you can turn everyday scenes into something special, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Ready to see how a cherry bud can unlock these powers? You'll be amazed at what you can create. Let's move on and combine nature with your camera skills. Get set to experiment, explore, and capture the world in new ways. Your photo adventure is just beginning, and the possibilities are endless. Now let's combine what you've learned with our secret tool, the Cherry Bud. Hold the bud close to your camera lens. Suddenly, your camera has to choose what to focus on. This confusion creates unique effects, soft edges, natural frames, and dreamy blurs. Move the bud around the lens to see how it changes your photo. Cover just the edges for a vignette, or experiment with distance for different looks. The closer the bud, the softer and more artistic the effect. Every photo will be unique. No two shots will look the same. You're not just snapping a picture, you're shaping it with your own hands. This is your chance to break the rules and discover your own style. Play, experiment, and see what happens. The Cherry Bud is your ticket to creative photography. Let's create that dreamy blur using our Cherry Bud. Choose your subject, a friend, a flower, anything you like. Hold the bud close to your lens but not touching. Move it around the edges and watch as parts of your image become soft and hazy. Place the bud near the bottom for a blurry foreground or to the side for a light leak effect. Tap your subject on the screen to keep them sharp. The bud adds a warm, artistic hue to the blur, making your subject stand out. Try different buds for subtle or dramatic effects. Experiment with clusters for new looks. Move slowly and watch how the blur changes. You're painting with blur in real time. No filters needed. Turn simple snapshots into works of art with just a Cherry Bud. Now let's use the Cherry Bud for a different effect, macro zoom. This technique lets us see the world from a whole new perspective, revealing the hidden wonders in the tiniest things. Macro photography means capturing tiny details up close, making the invisible visible. It's like having a magnifying glass built into your camera. Get your camera lens as close to the bud as possible, on the branch or in your hand. The closer you get, the more detail you'll uncover. Use your camera's macro mode if it has one, or just move in slowly until the bud is sharp. Take your time and adjust your angle for the best shot. Tap to focus on the bud's surface. This helps your camera lock onto the fine details. Use digital zoom to fill the frame with the bud's textures. Don't be afraid to experiment with different levels of zoom. Suddenly, the tiny bud looks enormous, like a mysterious planet floating in space, full of secrets waiting to be discovered. You'll see details you never noticed, lines, colors, and textures that are usually hidden from the naked eye. The background blurs out, making the bud the star of your photo. This effect draws all attention to the subject. This technique reveals the hidden beauty in everyday nature. Even the most ordinary things can become fascinating up close. Show others the wonder in something small. Sharing your photos can inspire others to look closer at the world around them. Macro zoom with a Cherry Bud turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, transforming a simple bud into a work of art. Try it and see the world up close. You'll be amazed at what you discover through your lens. Now it's your turn. Time for a creative photo shoot. Find a cherry tree or any tree with small buds and explore your surroundings. Start with a macro zoom shot of a single bud, capturing every detail. Then, step back and use the bud to create a blur effect in a wider scene. You've just made two unique photos with the same natural tool. Try other objects, leaves, petals, or grass, for different colors and textures. Mix and match to create your own natural filters. Shoot at different times of day to see how light changes your effects. Take lots of photos and experiment with angles. There are no mistakes, just creative discoveries. Review your photos and see how much you've created with simple tools. Your collection will be unique and personal. Let nature inspire your creativity. A tiny cherry bud has opened up a world of creative photography. You don't need fancy gear, just curiosity and a fresh perspective. The Cherry Bud helped you master blur and macro zoom, turning simple scenes into art. This journey was about seeing beauty in small details and engaging with your environment. Keep experimenting. Try leaves, water drops, or even clouds for new effects. Your imagination is your best tool. Next time you see a bud, remember its creative potential. Nature is full of hidden photo tricks, just waiting for you to discover. Grab your camera, find a bud, and start your own adventure. Turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, one photo at a time.